Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into one of the most baffling mysteries of the 20th century, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future stories. And if you enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be amazing. Alright, let's get into it. Picture this. It's the day before Thanksgiving, 1971. The holiday rush is on, and airports across America are buzzing. On Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a short hop from Portland to Seattle, everything seems perfectly normal. The passengers are settling in, thinking about turkey and family. Among them is a man who looks like any other businessman. He's in his mid-40s, is sharp in a dark suit and a black tie. He checks in under the name Dan Cooper. Once seated, he calmly orders a bourbon and soda and lights a cigarette. Just another traveler on his way home. But this man is anything but ordinary. Shortly after the Boeing 727 takes off, he catches the attention of a flight attendant, Florence Scoffner. He smoothly passes her a folded note. Florence, used to a variety of passenger interactions, assumes it's just a lonely guy's phone number and slips it into her pocket without a second thought. But Cooper leans in, his voice low and firm. "Miss," he says, "you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Suddenly, the routine flight turns into a nightmare. Florence's blood runs cold as she unfolds the note and reads the neatly printed, terrifying words. Cooper then cracks open his briefcase just enough for her to see a frightening jumble of red cylinders, a tangle of wires, and a large battery. It's a bomb, and he's not bluffing. His demands are delivered with the same unnerving calm as his drink order. He wants $200,000 in unmarked $20 bills. That's over $1 million in today's money. He also demands for parachutes. Both items are to be ready and waiting for him when the plane lands in Seattle. For the next 2 hours, as the plane circles over Puget Sound, Cooper remains the picture of composure. He's polite, almost chivalrous, to the crew. He insists on paying for his drinks and even offers to request meals for the crew during the wait on the ground in Seattle. He's not a frantic, crazed hijacker. He's methodical, cool-headed, and clearly intelligent. He seems to know an incredible amount about aviation and the specific aircraft he's on. On the ground in Seattle, authorities scramble to meet his demands. The FBI gathers the money, ensuring the bills are unmarked but meticulously photographing every single serial number. The parachutes are sourced from a local skydiving school. Once the cash and the parachutes are brought aboard the plane, Cooper holds up his end of the bargain. They adduce all 36 passengers and 2 of the flight attendants to disembark, their holiday plans interrupted by a story they'll tell for the rest of their lives. But the ordeal isn't over for the remaining crew. After refueling, Cooper lays out his new flight plan to the pilot. They are to fly south, towards Mexico City. He gives very specific instructions. They must fly at a low altitude, staying below 10,000 feet. The landing gear must remain down, and the wing flaps must be set at 15 degrees. This configuration would force the powerful jet to fly unusually slowly, at around 200 miles per hour. It's a strange request, but one the crew has no choice but to follow. As the Boeing 727 lifts off again, it flies directly into a raging, pitch-black storm. The rain is lashing against the windows, and the wind is howling. Cooper orders the remaining crew members, the pilot, co-pilot, and 1 flight attendant to go into the cockpit and stay there with the door closed. The last they see of the man they know as Dan Cooper, he is calmly securing the bag of money to his body. He's getting ready to open the aft air stair, a retractable staircase at the rear of the plane, a unique feature of the 727 that can be opened mid-flight. At approximately 8:13 p.m., somewhere over the vast, rugged, and unforgiving forests of southwestern Washington, a warning light suddenly flashes in the cockpit. The aft stair is open. The cabin pressure changes instantly. He was gone. The man in the business suit had stepped out of a commercial airliner at 10,000 feet into a freezing storm, with $200,000 strapped to his body, and vanished into the night. What followed was one of the most extensive and expensive manhunts in U.S. history. The FBI codenamed the investigation Noriak for Northwest hijacking. They scoured the dense, treacherous wilderness. Below the flight path, hundreds of soldiers combed the ground. Helicopters searched from above, but they found absolutely nothing. No body, no parachute, no money bag. The man the media mistakenly dubbed D.B. Cooper due to a reporter's misunderstanding had disappeared as completely as a ghost. The only physical evidence he left behind on the plane was his black clip-on tie, from which investigators later extracted a partial DNA profile, though it is yet to lead to a match. For years, the case grew colder and colder, becoming a modern American legend. Was he an expert skydiver? A disgruntled veteran? An ordinary man who planned the perfect crime? The theories were endless. Then, 9 years later, in 1980, a small miracle happened. A young boy named Brian Ingram was digging a fire pit in the sand on the banks of the Columbia River, near a place called Tenabar. His fingers brushed against something in the sand. He pulled out 3 rotting bundles of cash. The FBI was called, and they confirmed the unbelievable. The serial numbers on the deteriorating $20 bills were a perfect match for Cooper's ransom money. A total of $5,800 was recovered. But this discovery, instead of solving the case, only deepened the riddle. The location was miles away from the most likely drop zone calculated by the FBI. How did the money get there? Did Cooper lose some of it during his perilous jump? Did he land, bury the cash, and plan to come back for it later? Or did the river carry it downstream over the years? Each possibility just created more questions. To this day, D.B. Cooper has never been identified. No one knows his true name or what became of him. The FBI officially closed the active investigation in 2016, after 45 years, but the legend is more alive than ever. So, what do you think happened? Did he plunge to his death in the freezing storm, his body and the money lost forever in the unforgiving wilderness? The FBI always maintained this was the most likely outcome, arguing that no experienced skydiver would jump in such dangerous conditions. Or did the gentleman hijacker pull off the impossible? Did he survive the jump, make his way out of the dense forest, and live out the rest of his days in quiet anonymity, forever guarding the secret of his audacious crime? He simply stepped off the back of an airplane and into the pages of American folklore, leaving behind one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time. What's your theory? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to read what you all think. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysteries. See you in the next video.